Hey, what do you think about KFC leaving Kentucky?
And this is
Is it a big story locally?
oh yeah, well, if people are incensed about it's another one of those things. There's a yeah, but involved. But it's public relations, and just on the surface of it, it just looks horrible, right? But apparently, because for some time, Kentucky Fried Chicken has been part of Yum Brands. That's like the Yum Center here in Louisville when the WWE comes to town, or they have the big basketball game. It's the Yum Center. It's a 22,000 seat, just fucking incredible arena on the inside of the thing, right in the middle of downtown. They spent who knows how many hundreds of millions of dollars, but it's called the Yum Center because Yum Brands is not only Kentucky Fried Chicken, but also Taco Bell. And I believe Long John Silver's was under that umbrella at one point in time. And I forget because they merged from so many different places. I think Pepsi, they've got a deal or whatever with Pepsi because that's at all of their locations, and Pizza Hut. All of that shit is so.
What about Kenny Rogers?
Say it again.
What about Kenny Rogers?
Oh no, he went out of business when they had that flashing sign and nobody could sleep. Yeah, he had to fold up all of those. He was going in and burning people's corneas. But the point, so to your question, Taco Bell is now going to have the headquarters in California. For whatever reason, they're having the Kentucky Fried Chicken official headquarters in Texas. I don't know what they've done with poor Long John. Maybe he just goes along with his peg leg for the ride. And
his office is offshore.
That's true. It's past the international limit. And they're still going to have some type of corporate office here in Louisville with like over 500 fucking KFC executives that are still going to be here. So it's like they're just splitting this shit up for, I don't know for what corporate purposes.
Yeah, for tax purposes. That sounds
well. There's going to be people here. There's going to be people there. Colonel Sanders is still buried here, right? But it hasn't really been like this major local. I'm not tradition is what I'm not trying to say. This major local honor, it's all about us. No, it's been a big fucking conglomerate for years and years. They just have the nice southern mansion off the Watterson over there where they have with the big white columns where their headquarters is, but it's not like it's a bunch of local fucking moms and pops. And by the way, nobody in fucking Louisville, all the KFCs have gone to dog shit in Louisville, Kentucky. So I can only imagine what they are everywhere else. But if you're eating chicken with a discerning palate in Louisville these days, you're probably going to Popeyes or I wish we could get a Bojangles, but they haven't come this far. What was the question?
The question was about KFC leaving Louisville. I was going to say, for the first time recently, I got into a show. I know it's been on for a while, but I never watched it. On the History Channel, The Foods That Made America, I think is the name of the show.
I was telling you about that. Well, they've got everything that made America. The typhoons that made America, the cars that made America, the food that made America, the TV that made America. America's been made more times than a goddamn high school hooker.
Now, I don't know about their casting director, but I like the show. Because there's some questionable, these are the Kellogg brothers, really? Have you ever seen a fucking picture of them?
And the whole story behind the Family Feud when one created the cereal as for the sanitarium and the other wanted to sell it to
the even
normal people.
Yeah, the even crazier part is, so you have two brothers. For anyone who doesn't know this story or watch this stupid show on the stupid channel that only I just discovered, the Kellogg brothers, one runs the sanitarium in, what's it called? Battle Creek, Michigan.
Battle Creek, Michigan.
Hello, RVD. I had no idea. But they had the sanitarium there, and it was world-renowned, and Dr. Kellogg was famous. His brother knew that this granola mixture, that there was money there, and the brother refused to sell it. One of the patients was Post. And he left there, and he's like, I'll start Post Toasties. And he started making his own stuff. And then they eventually had a little bit of a war, and then he killed himself. It's a very sad ending. But his daughter became very, very wealthy. Although she didn't.
Marjorie Post.
Yeah, it's still sad, I guess. But yeah, it was there was that. I saw Carvel and Dairy Queen. It almost felt like Carvel versus Dairy Queen, but it wasn't. It was just like telling the two stories side by side.
Yeah, well, sometimes it's a war now. Sometimes they had their claws out.
Well, that's what made me think of it. They had Colonel Sanders, a younger Colonel Sanders, and two of his friends shooting up some guy.
Yes. Well, no, that was the deal. The original Sanders Cafe was in Corbin, Kentucky, which is the nearest town, if you can call it that, to where my mother was born, Mama Cornette. And this was when she was a kid, actually. I can't remember the exact year that it happened, but Harlan Sanders had a gas station on the side of the state highway. And to make more money and keep people, stopping in, he put in like 3 or 4 tables with a couple of chairs and started selling fried chicken. And he fucked with his chicken recipe and how to cook it faster, because the people stopping for gas didn't want to wait 20 minutes for fried chicken in a pan. And he did the pressure cooker thing. And that's how Kentucky Fried Chicken had the different je ne sais quoi than all the other fast food chicken, right? But in the process of doing this, when he was just owning a gas station, there was another gas station on the other side of town. And these guys, it was like an outlaw wrestling feud, and they were pulling down Colonel Sanders's fucking signs and posters, come get gas and chicken at my place, and blah, blah, blah. In fact, they had a legitimate shootout where the colonel and a couple of his boys went down there to fucking, goddamn settle this thing and with these other people. And the colonel shot somebody, but he got off because I think self-defense, but somebody got killed. One of them got killed in the course of it. You can Google it, kids. I can't remember which side they were on. But yeah, he was already known as a goddamn local. It was the 30s in the fucking Eastern Kentucky hills. These people were fucking lunatics, right? So all those years later, when they built the interstate and bypassed his gas station and restaurant, is when he had to actually put everything in the trunk of the car and go selling chicken because he was about to go out of business. But he was 65. And that's when the empire started. Have I told you too much about the Colonel?
No, I mean, of course, I just watched the show, but hearing you tell the story is so much better than the reenactment.
Well, see, that's because I paint a visual picture. So what you're telling...
The guy who invented Coca-Cola going mad while he's inventing Coca-Cola, like all that stuff. It was good. I liked the show.
Well, there was cocaine in it. So
let's go.
Anyway,